and they would do a half-yearly review and an annual review of the staff to make recommendations towards pay rises or changes in terms and conditions of working.
Yep.
It would be very useful if people would be happy to go on a training course. I don't know what your experience is of managing staff. My experience is you probably all will need training.
But are you happy to do that, you guys?
Yeah, I am. I'm hesitant because I'm back looking for a job at the moment, but
Okay. Well,
if we have
Yeah, if-
people, I would consider it.
So Becky, Benedict and Forbes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. If, for the moment, all right? If you find you can't do it, then obviously we'll talk to
Yeah.
the rest of the group and somebody else can replace you, Benedict,
Yep.
because somebody will have to step up and do it. But if you guys are happy to do that for the moment, that's lovely. Thank you very much, Carol. That's marvellous. So,
I think this lady wants to add something.
no, we can't do any more with the public bit now. They just get that little bit at the beginning. Right, okay, so the events working group, well, there's two of us here that normally do that, don't we? So I think we're more than well represented on that. That's Sue and I, so it's what we call the events committee. Not that we're doing much this year, due to lethargy on behalf of the village last year, so we're scaling back this year, and the idea is perhaps to try and breathe some new life into it next year. But at the moment, Sue and I are doing that, but if other people feel that they want to do that.
I didn't get that the last year. What happened?
Oh, we're together with other people that represent different parts of the village, we're the events committee.
Okay.
So the idea is we would put on events for the village.
Yes.
But
Like a fair.
yes, or we did,
Christmas, wasn't it?
we've done like the VJ celebration, didn't we?
We've done Hunston's Bake Off, we've done
Christmas.
village lunches, we've done the Christmas market, we've done the community fun day.
On the field.
I've
yeah.
always
field.
been in few of them.
Yeah.
But
Well,
the fun fair wasn't went really well. Not many people were there.
no, there was a couple of things last year that we worked really hard on. We did, what did we do where we had the free lunch? What was that one?
So that was in replacement of the Bake Off.
Yeah.
We just did a.
Yeah, we did,
a
but
free
even
lunch.
that, even kind of with a free lunch, we didn't get as many people as we would have liked for the time, effort, work, everything that goes into it. It can be quite demoralising. So we thought maybe the village need a break, and so we're going to run a couple of quizzes this year because people have asked for quizzes. But aside from that, they haven't asked for anything else. And then the committee will meet again in January, and we'll re-evaluate everything then. But it may be, say, Sue or I, or both of us want to step off, and if anybody here wants to step on in our place, then you're more than welcome. But we'll talk about that in the November meeting, just to kind of remind people of what's coming up.
Just very quickly. Sorry.
No, that's all right.
Yeah.
Hold on, Martin.
Just one thing. Sorry. I heard that since I've been living here now, there used to be fireworks in Hunston.
Oh, now the fireworks were not done by the Parish
No,
Council.
they were done by the community club, and we haven't had fireworks in the village for maybe...
Three or 4 years now.
Oh, more
No,
than that.
it's much more than that. It's about 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, it really is a long time. Yeah,
Yeah.
it is a long time.
Was it a successful event?
When my children were small, bear in mind mine are 43 and 36, it was well attended. The idea was you paid to go onto the field, there was a fun fair there, and then you saw, the fireworks, which was lovely. But there's a cost to all this. There's a cost for the fireworks, there's a cost for the insurance,
Absolutely.
and what we found in later years was people wanted to stand on the other side of the road and watch the fireworks for free. Well, you can't put on fireworks
Absolutely.
if you haven't got any income. So there came a point, again, you see, where if you don't have enough people supporting it, you have to say, well, we can't afford to do this anymore. But it was the community club that did all that. Okay, Martin, did you say something?
Yeah, I was going to say that I will try and still, through the community club, do Father Christmas this year.
Oh, I know I know you're thinking of doing that independently from the events committee.
Yeah.
So we won't worry about that in
No.
here, because that's
No,
not
I
that's not a
didn't
parish
wanna-
council thing.
Yeah.
No, that's all fine, Martin. No, if you want to do that, you're
Thank
welcome
God,
to
they
go
got
ahead.
approval first.
Lovely. All right then, so we've got the staffing committee done. The planning committee, well, Carol will let us know if there's any planning applications, and then we'll have a special meeting for that. There's a possibility somewhere down the line that the 500 houses thing will come back, but for the moment, that's it. That's lovely, that's that one. Now we come to appointing parish council representatives to various outside organisations.
I did outline on the documentation that I sent you what all the things were, and a little bit of history.
Yes. So I normally, just so that nobody else has to, go to the West Sussex Association of Local Councils. They normally meet a couple of times a year. Sometimes they do things online, and then they'll do one where you meet in person. That one tends to take place at the Brighton football ground, which is way over the other way. But anyway, so I do that one. And I also do CDALC, unless anybody else wants to do it, Chichester District Association of Local Councils. I'm going to one of those tomorrow evening, because I know timing's difficult for people. You've attended a couple of things with me, haven't you?
That's the all parishes.
Yeah, that's the all parishes one, yeah. And again, when those things come up, we'll put it out to everybody, and then anybody who wants to go can. So, Manhood Peninsula Partnership is an online meeting that takes place on a Monday morning from 10 till 11:30. I've been doing that because most people work or have got other commitments, and I'm quite happy to carry on with that because it's only every couple of months. Greenlinks, that's Sue and Martin. Are you happy to continue with that? So, they're lovely. And then we've got SWiSH, Surface Water Issues and Solutions Group.
Thoughts current track.
So it said SWiSH arose out of discussions at the MPP, the Manhood Peninsula Partnership, into the impact of Operation Watershed, the emergence of flood groups across the peninsula, their relationship with parish councils, and then emerging changes to existing and newly responsible drainage organisations as a result of the Water Resources Management Act. Now again, that's online, and I have done that just so that we have representation there. But if anybody else feels that they would like to do that, if they're interested in that and would like to do that, then I am more than happy for anyone else to do it. But if they,
what time is it and how often?
it's generally, again, during the day. It's one of those Monday morning things, and that now I'm retired, that's why I end up doing it, because everybody else works. And I know when I never did parish council when I worked, because I knew I didn't have time for all these extra bits. So I'm quite happy to carry on doing that for the moment.
Yeah, everyone commit to something. during
No,
the
no,
weekdays,
it's fair
right?
enough. No, that's fine, Benedict. Again, that only happens every couple of months, and to be honest, you sit in the MPP and they start talking about SWiSH and other stuff, so you're better off if you're doing all of them, because then you get the connectivity between it. Otherwise, people start talking, you think, well, what are they going on about there? And then the Chichester District Council All Parishes meeting. This is held twice a year, and as I said, you came with me, didn't you? So its town and parish councils are often asked if there are any issues they wish to see covered. They'll normally pick a topic. They're evenings, by the way, these things, at Chichester District Council offices. So we normally get an email, don't we, telling us when it's coming up. So I think Carol shares that when it comes in, and then we'll see if anybody wants to do it. I'll be the default if nobody can or doesn't want to, but otherwise we'll open it up and see if anybody's available. How's that?
Yeah.
That's lovely.
They sometimes do those meetings online.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
And you can send 2 councillors to each meeting. So we don't need, we send 1, but I mean, they don't like you to send more than 2. And again, you'll notice that not every parish is represented. There's, given the number that are there. Yes, that's fine, Carol. We'll WG all over it, so Well, that's Sue and Doodle. Right, okay. So that's lovely. Right, we've covered that bit then. Oh, we're on to page 2. Good news, guys. Okay, so policy adoption and review to confirm the use of existing standing orders, financial regulations and other policies adopted by the council, and note the need to review these throughout the year. Now this is our list,
We
isn't
have a
it?
very long list of parish council policies, and trying to be super organised
Oh,
this
yeah.
year, and actually set out when we will review those things. So what will happen is you will get an email, this is the current policy. If there are any changes that we think ought to go on there because of changes in regulation or changes in best practice, then those will be identified on the policy that I send you, and then you need to just look at that, and then at the meeting we'll say yes, we'll accept those changes, or no, you don't want to accept the changes. There will be times that some of them come up and there's no changes to regulations, so there's no need to
Thanks for telling me.
change the policy. They'll just be for you to note, so that everyone's aware that you've read them all, because trying to read them all for one meeting in May is just
Yes,
impossible.
it is, I agree. Okay, but we all
Yep.
got a copy of that, we've all seen that, so thank you very much for that, Carol. That's lovely. Minutes, to confirm and sign the minutes of the council meeting held on the 17th of March. Lovely, I did read these earlier too, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, I've done my life already or something.
Can I have a look at the policy thing? I don't think I saw that in email.
The what one?
The policy
list.
one. Yeah, I was
That
interested.
nice list, Carol. Benedict wants to digest all that, bless him. There we go, lovely. Thank you for your pen. Right. Hello, Nick.
Hello. Welcome.
Hello, I'm Nick Russell.
Oh, hi Nick, come on in, sorry.
Thank you.
Please take a seat.
Thank you.
So, do we want to finish this and then go back to Nick, or do we want to pause this bit and let Nick speak, or?
I think you can go back to Nick. I'll just minute it in the normal place.
Please don't interrupt
Okay.
for me. Please don't.
No, that's fine, that's fine. David was here earlier and he did give your apologies
Right.
because obviously you've had to go to another meeting.
Yes.
Yes. Is there anything we can tell you about the meeting we're having now that you'd like to know, or are you going to play catch up with us?
I'll listen in and maybe ask questions if I don't understand.
Okay. Yeah, fine. All right then. Right, next item, actions update. To receive an update on actions agreed at the last meeting, not on this agenda.
Okay. So I'm still in negotiations with Jane Reeve about digging out the ditch at the back of the playing field.
That's to
and-
help the drainage,
and
isn't
the
it?
pond, yeah. Information about from Luke Austin at Whaleback will do later
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
agenda. The volunteer sessions for the agreed work near Outram Road went on hold because Benedict was leading this and he
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to do anything
No.
while the elections were in progress.
That's fine.
We have actually cancelled for this year the annual parish meeting. There will be a lot of disruption in September because they are going to close the road at Stockbridge to replace the gas mains for about 7 weeks.
Yeah.
So the
Mhm.
bus
Nightmare.
service that goes to East and West Wittering will be coming through this village and turning down Green Lane and then going back up to the old Selsey tram roundabout and then down the main road and then obviously coming back again the same way.
I
So
can get a bus to Woodford then.
heavy vehicular traffic will be coming through the village
everything will come
everything-
through the village,
everything,
unfortunately.
pretty much
Yeah.
everything will come through Hunston, because the only other route out onto the main road is through Apuldram, so no HGVs can go through there.
No.
It's too bendy, windy, narrow road. So we will do lots of advertising to make people aware around August time. There's no point in telling people now,
No, we've got the
they'll forget
gas works first, don't
they'll
we?
forget about it.
So why are they putting them, not for these houses, is it? Not putting gas plugs?
No, they're having to replace gas pipework.
Oh, okay. Just
Yeah.
wondered
Being
about
done
housing.
everywhere at the
They're-
moment.
Yes,
they're not-
everywhere it's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bolton's a nightmare,
Yeah.
or was.
Just thought it might be a, you know.
The other
Yeah,
thing
no.
that we haven't done yet is sorted out dates and times for the litter pick that you spoke about. So perhaps if you want to pop in and see Kana and myself at some point, we can organise that.
Yeah, I think I'd been down the other day and someone had done a bit.
Oh, okay, that must have been
There
an
are people
individual.
in the
Yeah.
village who do litter picks.
So the other thing is it's that ditch that you're talking about digging out that I think was the main culprit, and also now it's summer and it's overgrown. A lot of it's kind of covered up.
Yeah.
So I think it might be the kind of thing that will be dealt with when it's dug out.
Okay.
That specific area I was thinking.
Okay.
So I'm not sure it's necessarily.
Should we put the
needed
litter pick on
at the
hold
moment.
for the time
That's
being?
kind of what
Yeah.
I'm thinking
Okay,
about it.
yeah, that's fine, that's okay. Dusty goes around and does a regular litter pick
Yeah.
anyway, doesn't he? I've seen him with his
A lot of villages
bag
use
and
them.
his big clipper thing. Okay, that's fine. External meetings, to receive reports from external meetings attended by councillors and approve any recommendations made. That brings us back to the MPP, the SWiSH, the GLAM, Uncle Tom Cobley and all.
I can't remember, mate, all yours.
What I think I said to you guys at the last meeting or the one before, I share the minutes with you from those meetings so that you can have a read rather than me spend 20 minutes here reading off the minutes of those meetings, because it just elongates our meeting here. And quite a lot of what goes on there doesn't impact Hunston. Siddlesham have got a lot of stuff going on there, house building, road problems. So some parishes take up a lot of the minutes, and then us, unless I've got something to raise for us, it's quite quiet. So I just share those with you, and that's the easiest way. I mean, if you don't read them, I really don't mind. I read them just to check that. Do you? I don't read. I never used to read everything, Benedict. I feel I have to now as chair, but anything I could get away without reading, I did. I promise you. Not that I'm advocating that, obviously, but I wouldn't tell anybody off for not doing that either. Right, communications. To receive an update on communications to residents, village events that have taken place, and consider future events in the village. Well, I think we were saying at the last meeting that we try and communicate as much as we can through the voice, because that's the quarterly newsletter and it lets people know what's happening. If there are events, we put posters up in all the bus stops. Thank you, Sue. It's usually Sue that does that. We have social media, so Kana's very busy on that. Facebook, which medias do we use?
Mostly just Facebook.
Okay, fair enough. But we try and get the information out to people as best we can. But even doing all that, we will have people come up to us and say, well, I didn't know about this, I didn't know about that. We just, you know, as I said, we put it in the voice and that goes into every house. Well, if they're not reading that, there's not much we can do beyond that, really. So, and as I said, then the next event to take place is a village quiz in June. But I know that there is a football event on the field on Saturday, but that's a privately
Yeah,
run.
probably a charity one.
Yeah, and all the villagers are, you know, obviously encouraged to go to support it, but it's somebody who used to live in the village and are part of the community club that have put this whole football event together. Right, does that cover enough of that? That's fine. Then we come to the biggie talking topic. This is where Carol gets to talk now. Hunston Village